is the
joined for
Ravens, because they
expert
both have
analysis
star
by
players,
Stuart
Ronaldo
Robson.
and Lamar
And with
Jackson,
the
are
Premier League
desperate.
season
I just
about to
beat the
reach its
number one ranked
conclusion,
chess
we're
player
just
on the
minutes away
planet.
from
This is
kickoff
how I
time.
did it. My opponent
It's
was
Crystal
Firuja, the
Palace
number one
up
ranked player in the
against
world, who lives
Manchester
above
United.
Magnus and
Well, what a
Hikaru. In this
season it's
position,
been,
I threatened
Derek. You've seen
checkmate and then
everything. Drama at
sacrificed
both
my
ends of
rook.
the table,
My idea
some
was if here
spectacular
then
goals
takes and
and
checkmate,
plenty of
but obviously
entertainment.
Alireza
The
defended
players, of
himself,
course,
but I
will be looking forward to a
sacrificed my
break
rook
now,
again.
but
With
hopefully
just seconds
not
on the
before
clock,
they
I
give us a good
transferred all
game
my
today.
pieces to create a massive attack, and right here, I made a move with
Are
almost
you?
no time on the clock. But I
Saved by
survived
the
and the
keeper.
attack kept going. Both Alireza and I had just 1 or 2 seconds on the clock. And instead of going back toward
Can
my
someone
queen,
get on
Alireza
the
made
end
a
of this?
split-second decision to
Well,
run
as a
away, but
defender, that
blundered
will
into
sit
a
you
fort.
down to
I
the
wanted
ground.
his queen, and he resigned.
Behind for another
I just
corner.
beat.
Can they cash
Recently,
in?
Shaq was asked to break the stick when he heard a player better than
Trying to deliver
LeBron.
it
LaMelo
accurately.
Ball, Tyrese
And that wasn't
Haliburton,
a bad header
okay,
at all.
Karl Anthony
Couldn't quite
Towns,
get over the ball.
Wemby,
Well, I
Kevin
understand
Durant,
there's been a goal in the Chelsea match.
Paulo
Let's hear about
Banchero,
that goal from Alex.
Jalen Brunson,
It's a goal for Watford.
Jason
It's
Tatum,
now 1-0 with 7 minutes
Luka,
on the clock. The
Giannis,
game has been fascinating so far, Derek.
Many
or
thanks,
just
Alex.
right now.
And De Gea untroubled.
Who's next?
SGA. Yeah? Okay, SGA. Why SGA?
It's MVP.
Recently,
Well, we
Shaq
can
was
say
asked
it
to break the
officially
stick
now.
when he heard
We'll
a
be
player
watching
better
the
than him.
champions today. The title secured
What?
in their last match. What a terrific position to be in, Stuart.
Well, they can certainly enjoy this one, Derek. What a great season they've had. They've been the best team in the league, no doubt about that for me.
There's a mate.
And the conditions look pretty good
Oh,
for the
there is a
counter-attack.
mate.
Let's fly here.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness. What an outrageous hit. I can't believe he took it on from there. And neither
Can
can
I
the
guess the
goalkeeper.
flag? Our first hit, it has black in it. So there are a lot of countries that have black in their flag. I can't really guess based off of that one hit alone.
Well,
We'll
we
see our
won't
next
get
hit.
tired of
It
seeing
has
this,
yellow.
will we? Because
Black
that
and yellow,
struck
black
so
and yellow.
sweetly. He really does surprise everybody
Belgium
here,
has
not
black
least
and
the
yellow.
keeper. What a good finish
Yeah,
that
it
is.
is. Belgium has black, yellow, and how many other countries out there have black, yellow, and red? I feel like there could be a few others that could have it.
So back
But
in action, and it's up
if
to
you think it's
United now
Belgium,
to be inventive.
subscribe and comment.
Well, a goal to
It has
let you know
vertical
about in the
stripes. So the
Brentford
stripes go,
game.
the
Here's Alex
stripes
Scott.
go like
It's
this.
a goal for Leeds. It's now 1-0
Belgium
with
also
18
goes like
minutes
this.
played.
Cheers, Alex.
Interesting. And it's in Europe. What other country than Belgium has black, yellow, and red vertical stripes?
Ronaldo.
So if you guess Belgium,
Well
or
read to put an end to that
can I
attack.
guess the flag? Or
You can also swap between characters.
Well, there's
Your
been a
limbs would be
boatload of
folded
speculation
inward
surrounding
before
him
you're
ahead of
pressed
the game,
tightly
playing
against
against his old
others.
club,
Their
but I
bodies
wonder
will
what's going
crush
through
you
his
from
mind,
every
Stuart.
side,
Well, he
locking
shouldn't
you
approach
in
this differently
place.
to any
Then
other
more
game.
and
He's
more
just got to
bodies
forget the
pile
crowd
on
and
top
go out and
until
play.
everyone on Earth is fused into
And he read it
one
well.
massive human cube. Now, if you split it up
He's
by
got the
men
right
and
idea
women,
with that pass.
the men's side rises past
Well, they
skyscrapers,
really had to be
reaching
on their
over
toes
2,000
defensively,
feet
given the
tall,
circumstances.
and the women would be about 100 feet shorter. But
Well, good
stacked
idea,
together,
but
they
just
would
a
be
little
taller
bit too
than
much on the
3
ball.
Empire State
And it will be
Buildings.
goalkeeper's
Your
ball.
lip-
Well, it's been quite clear that Palace have been second best in terms of possession, but that won't bother them because when they win it in deep areas, they've got forward with pace and with numbers.
It's still alive. Well, you've got to classify that as a poor attempt. A long way wide. Maguire. Well, we're on the cusp of the half-time interval with United narrowly behind. Stuart, what have you made of their performance in the first 45?
Well, it's been a tight first half so far, but they haven't quite shown
Oh,
it.
wait a minute, Stuart. Opportunity. And a goal here. Just what Manchester United required. They are level.
Goddamn dog.
Well, here's the replay. Watch how he goes past his man with such ease, and it's just a change of pace. And once he gets onto it, he just smashes it past the keeper with great technique. What an emphatic finish that is.
So underway again here on the back of that leveller. And he could really get at the opposition, but ultimately up a cul-de-sac.
I can hear him barking. He's fine. He's just fine.
And a goal has gone in at Stamford Bridge. So with all the information, here's Alex Scott.
Yes, it's a goal for Chelsea. They're back level. It's 1-1 with under 5.
Chance to put them in front. They've only gone and
Who's
grabbed
the person
another
who
one.
robbed you,
2
Pressing,
goals in quick
for today?
succession. Now they have the lead. No wonder they're celebrating.
Whoa, hey.
Well, as you can see, it was a fairly simple finish in the end, but you still have to be in the right place, keep your composure and finish it off, and that's exactly what he did.
Well underway again. It's a narrow 2-1 lead as things stand.
Here to tell you right now,
Ayew.
we don't care.
Well, he likes to run at them. Aarons. Delightful
I found a
pass.
loaded gun in my
Well,
dad's
even
closet, but when I asked him why he
marginally
had one,
offside
he
is
said,
still
it's
against the
for
law.
protection.
Yeah, and he
I thought
just
that
needed
was
to
weird,
hold his
because
run
we
for a
live in the
fraction
safest
longer,
town in
and
the
he would have
whole
been in on
state.
goal.
So when he left the house later,
there it
I
is, the
secretly
half-time
removed the
whistle.
bullets from his gun. My dad and his brother were going drinking, and they had a reputation for being dumb together. So I did it just to be safe. But then my dad came home hours later and went to bed. And in the middle of the night, I heard our doorknob rattling. My stomach sank, and I ran to my dad and woke him up. He immediately got up and grabbed his gun. He ran downstairs before
So
I
the
could
ball
tell
moving
him there were
again,
no
and
bullets.
work to
I
do
saw
for
the
Crystal
intruder,
Palace
his back
in
turned
this
and
second
put
half.
up, going through our pockets. My dad pointed his gun and fired, but the shot went blank. He looked at his gun confused and went to fire again, but the intruder immediately turned and ran at my dad. He tackled him hard into the wall, and blood started pouring from my dad's head. I was so
Given
scared,
away by
I immediately
Manchester
ran to the
United.
closet and called the police while crying. I felt like the worst son in the world. They arrived minutes later, but the intruder was already gone. He hadn't taken anything, and my dad had a fractured skull. We took him to the hospital, and thankfully he survived. But then while in the bed, he asked me if I did anything to the gun. I started crying and confessed immediately,
just look at
saying,
this
I'm
again.
so
He
sorry.
moves
But
the
instead
ball
of being
quickly,
mad,
he
he
gets
hugged
beyond
me
his
immediately
marker, and he
and started
keeps his
crying
composure.
too. He
It's
told
an
me the
excellent
man
finish.
who broke in was actually his brother. He was just drunk and looking for his car keys because Dad had took them away. If you didn't take out those bullets, I would have shot my own brother. I was in disbelief and asked if his brother was okay, but he shook his head. No, he's in jail for driving drunk. I found a loaded gun in my dad's closet. Oh,
Wait. Okay, if I take like this,
A change to the scoreline in the Chelsea game. Let's get the news from Alex.
It's a
Ranking
second goal
unexpected
for
death
Chelsea.
note.
It's now 2-1 with 54 minutes played.
Many thanks, Alex. Partey.
Subscribe.
If you're not real, why did you just cough like that?
That's how to rob them of possession.
God.
More live football to come. A little note about a future game with us here on ELTV.
That looks a really entertaining game. Two good teams with two excellent coaches. I can't wait for that one to come round.
Ball's gone.
Well, there it is. United have had most of the ball, and that's been because of their ability to win the ball back so quickly. Their pressing has been excellent, and they just haven't stopped working. It's been a fantastic performance up to now.
Name a sport starting with C.
It's
Calisthenics.
a good Palace move in the making.
Wow, it is sport. It
Can
is
he
a
find the net?
device
There
for
it
that
goes!
starting with
To
L.
reduce the deficit.
Wow.
Still very much alive and kicking.
Well, here it is again, and it's all about the pace on the counter-attack.
sound
They were so
widely
quick to break out
associated
from their
with
defensive positions, and then what a finish.
This
That's
month
been
on
hit with
episode.
such power and pace. The keeper has no time to react. It's a brilliant strike.
This sound
Well, back underway, and a
originates from
glut
Malcolm,
of goals here.
who runs away
3-2.
from the man she owes money to.
Well, they have it again.
How are you? I am under the water. It's taken from a
Right,
video.
let's send it over to Alex Scott, because Alex, there's been a goal in the
How are
Norwich
you?
game.
I am under the
Yes,
water.
it's a
Please
second
help
goal
me.
for Spurs. They're pulled ahead by
This
2
sound
with
is
67
widely
minutes
associated with this
played.
dog. But
Alex with the
my
info
daughter's
as
teacher
ever.
called me at work and said, your daughter threw a rock at a classmate's head. Come here right now. I felt sick driving over, but the second I walked into the principal's office, my daughter Kayla ran up to me crying and said, Daddy, I didn't throw the rock. I was at the art club, I swear. Her teacher, Mrs. Lane, instantly shook her head and told me girls Kayla's age are good at manipulating their parents and that they have footage of Kayla throwing the rock. I replied, let me see the footage, but Mrs. Lane suddenly stammered and said she couldn't pull it up right now. I looked back at my daughter, who'd never lied to me in her life, and told them I believed her. Mrs. Lane's face tightened, and she suspended Kayla anyway, and put Kayla on expulsion review. That night at home, Kayla barely touched her dinner, and while crying showed me her phone filled with texts from classmates calling her psycho, and group chats with her photo edited with the word monster written across her face. I was furious and walked into school next morning and asked the school counselor for the art club sign-in sheet from yesterday. I looked through it and saw Kayla had signed in during the time of the rock incident. She couldn't have thrown the rock. The counselor said she'd look into it, but on my way out, Mrs. Lane ran up to me and pulled me aside. She said, "Kayla is a hormonal teenager trying to avoid consequences. Are you seriously going to believe her?" I replied, "I'm going to believe my daughter before I believe a stranger," and walked out. 2 days later, a meeting was set up, and I walked in with Kayla. The kid who got hit, Ben, was sitting with a bandage around his forehead, just out of the hospital. Mrs. Lane immediately pointed at Kayla and said she threw the rock, but Ben looked around and said, "Kayla never threw anything." "Mrs. Lane, you know who did. Why are you lying?" Mrs. Lane went pale instantly, and that's when the footage was actually pulled up. The kid who threw the rock was Mrs. Lane's nephew. When she found out, she tried to pin it on the quietest girl in class, thinking nobody would believe her. That girl was my daughter. Mrs. Lane was fired, and on her way out, Kayla gave Mrs. Lane a drawing of a rock being thrown at her. My daughter's
Hey FIFA, what's new with you? Bro, the best referee in Africa was rejected from going to the World Cup because the US rejected his visa. What? Yeah, his name was Omar Abdul Qadir Artan, and he was voted the best referee in Africa last year, and he was going to be the first Somalian referee ever to work at the World Cup. That would have been an amazing accomplishment for him in Somalia. Yeah, but when he landed at Miami International Airport, he was stopped by US border officials, and then he underwent additional inspection. But did he do anything? Not really. But they refused his entry, and they said because of unspecified vetting concerns. US, are you serious? Somalia's on our travel ban list. Seriously, the guy is the best referee in Africa. You're vetting him just because he's from Somalia. Well, as FIFA said, we refused him entry because of vetting concerns. But what were the concerns? We did not publicly explain. That's messed up. But FIFA, at least you defended the referee, right? No, not really. We just confirmed that he will not participate. And we said that the visa decisions depend on the host country. So yeah, he won't be participating in the World Cup. The poor guy. Hey FIFA, what's new with you? Bro, the best referee in Africa was rejected from going to the World Cup because the US rejected his visa. What? Yeah, his name is Omar Abdul Qadir Artan.
Someone you love.
Well, I won't get tired of watching this. It's an outstanding bit of play. Just look how far he runs with the ball. That's a great goal.